Good evening. Hi, I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, and this is Cosmic Connections for this week. And how exciting to be talking to you right before the new moon in Pisces. I was talking to a friend today, and she was saying, I'm not quite sure I understand this. Like, is the new moon the beginning of spring, or what's going on here? Because aren't we in Aries already, or we're in Pisces? It's a little confusing. You see, for the past few months, the new moons have been in the latter part of the 30-degree wheel. So we've had late new moons, but no worries. We're going to jump into Aries on Friday. And so we're enjoying a fresh new start in the Pisces part of our chart. I've noticed, because Pisces is the sign of late winter, right? So it's a mutable sign. And what that means is anything and everything can happen weather-wise and in general. So we have a beautiful new moon tonight, friends. And it is at 9:23 p.m. So get your candles out, get your journals out, get your imagination out, and make a wish right after Cosmic Connections. Because things are planted. We're coming out of the darkness of the balsamic cycle right now. And maybe, in the next 40 minutes or so, try to release and let go and of anything negative that has haunted you for the past month, because this is the best time to make a conscious effort of emotional, spiritual, mental house cleaning. And then we restart at 23 minutes after 9. That's Eastern time, of course. So in any case, I want to say hi to the folks who you're gathering. Hi, Angie from Chicago, and Mary Ann, and Nancy, and Diane, and Cynthia, and Krista. And hello, Donna, and Kathy D from Florida, and Mary T. Hello, hello, hello. And hi, Krista. I wonder, Holly from the hospital. The wheels start turning. Remember, I'm a psychic too. That may have been a best friend she's talking about. Hi, Krista, one of my best friends. Hi, Julie's from Brazil. Hello. Hey, Cheryl. Big hugs to you, my friend. So our job tonight is to figure out, I'm seeing you on Saturday. That's right, Gail. I can't wait. It's important for us to be sovereign in the next 6,000 years, friends. I've been talking about the Saturn-Neptune conjunction forever. Well, Saturn-Neptune in Aries is a reflection of how we are using our mind, our brain, our consciousness, our cognition, and use it as a tool. And we're still going to feel fear and grief and terror and anxiety, but we can reframe it. And that was the lesson of the past 30 days. The new moon on February 17th was in high octane Aquarius, and we've had a high octane time. So many of my friends, clients, and people I don't even know have been really stressed out in the past month. But I think this new moon in Pisces gives us a breathing space, because Pisces is the sign of faith, imagination, transcendence. Pisces is the sign of forgiveness, unconditional love. And if you don't know where your Pisces falls in your chart, check out my website. It's gotten tweaked, and you can find out where Pisces falls in your chart, because this is the arena in your own personal life that's coming alive as of tonight at 9:23 Eastern time. What does that mean? I often like to suggest to people working with the moons, working with the phases for manifestation. And however you see fit, whether you get an inspiration during a prayer, an inspiration during meditation, or just take some time out and do a little breathing before you go to bed, right, at 9:23, and allow things to flow. Allow your downloads to come through. And think of the new moon is the prompt, using AI language, the prompt to yourself of what you want to improve in your life over the next 30 days. And then the result comes on April 1st, the full moon, which will be at 12 degrees of Libra, but we'll talk about that then. All right, friends. Oh gosh, Cheryl, I understand, sweetheart. I'm going to give you a call tomorrow, if that's okay, just to say hi. Jojo, it's been a rough week, especially for you Virgo folks, right? Or Pisces or Sagittarius or Gemini, because we've been in the bigger cycle of the eclipses being in Virgo, Pisces. That's been going on since last year. So a lot of our Virgo friends have been needing to do what? Release self-doubt, but most of all, self-criticism. Boy, I'm going off on tangents. Hi, Sag, Mary Lester. Hello. Hey, Ryan, first house. Let it go, let it go, let go, let God. We have the let it go, let it God take care of it for approximately another half an hour. And let's talk about this new moon and what it represents. And those of you who have been with me for a while know I do the Sabian symbols. So here's the new moon. Ta-da, 28 degrees of Pisces. Now this new moon is doing a happy dance with Jupiter. It's trining Jupiter. Jupiter is Santa Claus. Jupiter is expansion, exaggeration. It's luck. It's expansiveness. It's the guru planet. So we might be feeling exuberant over the course of the next couple of weeks, for better or for worse. What do I mean better or worse? Because it's also trining Black Moon Lilith. And Black Moon Lilith literally is the archetype of fear, jealousy, frenzy, and being outside the garden. I won't go into the myth right now. Just put it this way. Lilith wasn't always a nice gal in mythology. Among other things, she was a baby stealer or murderer, mythologically, which is the worst crime possible, right? To destroy innocence. So we're dealing with the expansion of Jupiter and the darkness of Lilith in this grand trine. And there's no one dimension with any one particular planet. Please, I don't want to be misunderstood here. This is what's so beautiful about astrology. It's rich with archetypal meaning. It's rich as layers. But in this case, we have this incredible, you can do anything. And then we have this sense of hiding and the nefarious energy of Black Moon Lilith. So we're really trying to manage the highs and the lows of our emotional body with this new moon. We also have, friends, this may be one of the reasons why a lot of people complained about the past month. Actually, it started on the 26th of February. That's when the planet of cognition, the mind and the mouth planet, mind and mouth, or Mercury, went retrograde. Everyone's heard that expression. And as it's been retrograde, it went retrograde at 22 degrees of Pisces on the 26th of February. And then it's going direct on this Friday. I'll tell you the date in a minute. But for our purposes in this moment, as we have this new moon, retrograde Mercury is next to the North Node at 8 degrees. You can see it right here. So we're doing a little bit of a life review with this new moon. Man, I messed up. Man, that was great. I'm disappointed. Oh, I was exuberant. So be aware that our mind might be working overtime, but repeating ideas from before. And again, like I said earlier, try to use your mind as a tool. No, I'm not going to think about that. I'm going to distract myself. I'm going to use some techniques. I'm going to distract myself with music or meditation or working out or being in nature or praying. So this is a very emotionally fraught type of new moon, friends. So be aware of that. And relative to the international scene, I want to point something out to you. I may have mentioned this last week, but it's very intense. We have an outer planet called Eris, E-R-I-S, 500-year orbit, way out there. Amongst its many symbolisms, amongst the symbolism of Eris is chaos based on jealousy, control, and difficulty. That's just one of the faces of Eris. It's next to Chiron, which is the representation of the wounded healer. To me, when these two bodies are together at 24 degrees of Aries, when they're traveling together, in astrology, we make a sentence. I want healing now. I'm in chaos. I want healing now. This two planetary energy was together, and they've been traveling together, but they were exactly together on October 9th and 10th when there was this peace accord. Remember that? In the Middle East between Israel and Gaza. So I think what's going on in the Middle East now is wildly unpopular in many ways, for many reasons. It's war. But the Eris conjunct Chiron is saying, all right, we got to broker something. That to me is what this new moon is about. We also have the new moon sextile Uranus. Uranus is the trickster. It can do everything and anything that you don't expect. So this new moon is sextiling it. Now, a sextile in astrology is an opportunity. It's not necessarily a slap in the face. It's something that we can use in our own lives. What opportunities can I bring about in my life, which may or may not, but because it's Uranus, involve new thoughts, new learning, and or technology. So Uranus is a distributor of technological wisdom. And then we have Juno trine Uranus. Juno is the partner. So Juno trining Uranus at this new moon is saying, you know what? My partners are pretty cool because they surprised me with some presents, some gifts, some unexpected ways of being. So there's a lot of juice in this new moon. The meaning of the new moon, friends, is differentiation. And I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but you can read it, right? I'm missing a syllable. And this is based on what we call the Sabian symbol. I think I put it on my Facebook page. What's a Sabian symbol? It's a word picture that was esoterically given to us between a medium and an astrologer in the early 20th century. And I think I misspelled prism. I am definitely imperfect. Anyway, the image is light, pure white light. Think the white light is going through a prism, and it's differentiating in the colors of the spectrum, the rainbow. And yeah, a shout out to Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd, but that's a great cover. But that's what that's evoking here. The prism is bending the light. So what this is telling us, that this new moon is asking us to do what? To look at the relationship between the one, unity consciousness, and the many. That there is light, there is a way of being, there's a creator, there is purity, and it can be expressed in multiple ways. This degree speaks of illumination, revelation, and understanding that unity expresses itself through diversity. So there are people in your world, and that would be probably everyone, who isn't exactly like you, thank goodness, then celebrate those differences. I love this because it's reminding us that, no, we don't want just to have an AI partner that's reflecting back and flattering us. It's not challenging us. This is the differentiation of light, multifaceted. So keep this image in mind as we go through the next 30 days, that there's always many ways of looking at the same situation. So I wanted to show that to you. And that's all she wrote, I guess. But I also want to maintain and remind you that the spring equinox half light, half dark, the time for balance. We have a spring equinox, we have a fall equinox, and the spring equinox is occurring Eastern time at 10:46 in the morning on Friday. Big day. And that is a day for us to strive for that balancing between ourselves, the Aries I am, and the others, the Libra we. So are you giving too much in relationships? Are you not receiving enough in relationships? So it's a very relationship-oriented time with the spring equinox. And then, like clockwork, at 3:33 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, our lovely Mercury, which is cognition, goes direct. So we might be sighing a sense of mental relief after Friday afternoon. So I hope your weekend goes well. All right, so let's take a look at what this might mean for your charts individually. And we'll start with Aries. This new moon is asking our Aries or Aries rising friends to indulge their sense of retreat, meditation, prayer, getting away from it all, spending time loving up yourself by yourself. Silence, being by oneself is therapeutic. And Aries probably knows that usually, but this new moon is saying, make some time for yourself alone in the quiet. For Taurus, this new moon is shining a light on your relationships with friends, groups, associations, being a leader and being helpful with your many friends, or perhaps shying away from people who aren't feeding your light. For Gemini or Gemini rising, a great time for you to do a intention, an affirmation, a manifestation about your career. What do you want to be known for? What is your legacy? How are you doing on the job? How are you doing in the community, Gemini? Those are some of the things you might be thinking about during the course of the next 30 days and building on some improvements in that regard. Cancer or Cancer rising, it's about travel. It's about communicating your truth. It's about expanding, maybe learning something new, taking a course. For Leo or Leo rising, this new moon is activating your power sector in your chart. And power is psychological, it's spiritual, it can be financial as well. So Leos are looking at the big picture of how they want to feel more secure within themselves. This new moon energy for Virgo or Virgo rising is shining a beautiful light on your relationships, especially your one-to-one relationships, being more committed to your significant other and asking for what your needs are from your SO. For Libra or Libra rising, it's time to get healthy. That's me. Guess what I did yesterday? No, actually it was 48 days or 48 hours ago. I can't lie. I went back to the gym. This is my season to get back into a routine. And so if you're a Libra or a Libra rising, do it. Just like Nike says, just do it. Take care of yourself in a new way. For Scorpio or Scorpio rising, this new moon is saying play a little bit more, have fun, be creative, take some risks. And if you have kids or grandkids, play with them. Allow your inner child to flourish. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, this new moon is asking you to spend more time taking an inventory of your family relationships, improving them, or maybe taking a deep clean of your home. Either way, it's about home and family. For Capricorn, it's about your relationship with time, your schedule, looking at ways to maximize distractions and get some true work accomplished. If you're Aquarius or Aquarius rising, this is your time to absolutely celebrate you, create more abundance in your life, ask for that raise, make more money, and give yourself a pat on the back, Mr. and Miss Aquarius. And the focus, of course, is on our Pisces. This is your new moon. These new moons only happen once a year. It's the Pisces time to shine, to be charismatic, to be confident. And, Pisces, this past year has been a little bit stressful for you, but in a good way, because you've been learning more about yourself, more than you have in 19 years. So there you have it, friends. Okay, so I'm just saying some more hellos, and we'll do some psychic work. Hi, Donna Paul, and hi, Gail and Alexandra. Pisces new moon blessings to you, Alexandra, and to all. Time to get healthy for you too, Jennifer, right? Hi, Carol. Thanks for being here. Happy new moon. And Peggy, and good vibes. Funny, pretty sure I was going to send you a prism video. What? Oh my gosh. Rhonda, that's funny. And that's very intuitive of you. Thanks for that. Hi, Kathleen Hunter, Capricorn Sun, Virgo Moon, Aries Rising. Very nice. So you had some good aspirations taking place with that Saturn Neptune back in February. Good evening, Paula. Your chat GPT doesn't flatter you? You got to train it better, Ryan. I mean, that's another story. Hi, Sarah. So many different ways to view everything. That's right, Donna. Hi, Sarah. Oh, thank you, Jules. That's very sweet. Pink Floyd. Oh, no, Ryan, you can't hate any of the planets. They're a part of you, right? That which we resist persists. We love Uranus. We love Saturn, right? Okay. Yep. Hi, Jojo. Very helpful. Good evening, John B. Hello, Linnell. Nice to see you. Okay. Wow. Oh, fabulous. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Catherine. I read your entire thing here. Please soak in that lavender Epsom salts. Breathe out. Send your old man blessings, and water is the medium through which we are working with. And I'm glad that you are taking care of yourself so you can take care of him. Yes, self-criticism, Mary, get rid of it. Okay. All right. Big hugs to you. Hi, Jerry. Patricia, great to see you. Hi, Michelle. And hello, Linnea. Hi, Kathy. We have all the signs in our charts. Great question, Kathy. So we might not have a planet in Pisces, but when we look at the circle, the holism of astrology, that's divided up into 12 houses, somewhere you have Pisces, Kathy. And I can find that for you. All right. I'll be happy to do that. Hi, Jennifer from Virginia. Yes. Aha. Thank you, Krista. Yeah, she's Holly's fabulous. Okay, looking for it. Yes. Okay. I think I said hi to everybody that I saw in this area. And I'm saying a big hello, a big hug to you all. Let's do some spiritual work. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love, light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and for the best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. And I'm coming in with Carol Monty. Carol, my thumb came to you, darling, and you asked for it. So therefore you're open to it. And here we go. Carol, as I'm tuning into you tonight, I'm very much aware of, I want to say there's a tension or pressure. I don't do medical now, right? I'm not a doctor, but I'm feeling tension and pressure in the lower back. And it feels that you're doing more stretching or working with your body. It's almost like, when we talk about PT, that's a very common thing across the globe, or any sort of exercise, obviously. But what I'm getting is almost like conscious, almost like a Feldenkrais movement, that you're working with your body in a different way. I don't know if you know what Feldenkrais is, but that was what I was getting with you, Carol, that you're working hard on integrating some of the emotional pressure of the previous 6 months. I actually want to go longer than that. I want to go for the past 12 months. In March, I'm seeing the full moon lunar eclipse of March 14th of 2025 was a challenging time for you, Carol, in March of last year amongst your family members. And then you were a very good trooper and you're going through the year. And then by September, there was a sense of 25, oh my gosh, I have to let some things go, but it's taken a toll out of me. So things are more coming into balance with some of the anxiety, stress, and I want to use the word dedication that you are doing to help. And it feels like two different people around you. One was a family member, one maybe not, but it was a very long, difficult time. And so you feel like you need to have to do some realigning with yourself. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe it's chiropractic I'm feeling, but as we get into late April, and that's April 25th, I guess, Eastern time. I know I'm talking to people around the world, but on April 25th, in this time zone, we have Uranus moving into Gemini for its final ingress for the next 7 years. And that's going to lighten and brighten your life, Carol. It's going to be very good for you. I'm also getting, I'm getting a very sweet female from the other side of life, and she had very rounded features. I'm not saying that she just kind of had a circular face. It was a very round oval face, and she wore her hair back a lot, and she had precision in the way she presented herself. She was always well coiffed and well dressed, and I get a word dog with her, that she loved her dog. She was a little bit on the heavy set side, but sweet, ingratiating, and lovely. And she's coming in. I'm not feeling this is definitely a mother person to you, Carol, but she's very motherly. She could have been a mother to others, but she was a very maternal type of caring person. And it feels this was someone in your childhood, maybe a neighbor. But she's coming in and saying, honey, take care of yourself first, and then you can continue to minister and support the others in your life. It's stuff you already know, but she's saying you're doing a fabulous job. People love you. You're always in prayer or meditation to help the world. And I leave that with many blessings. Give me feedback, Carol. I'd love to get the feedback, if that makes sense to you. Okay. One more read, my friends. Okay. And I'm with Sarah. Sarah, I'm with you. Hi, Sarah. Okay. As I'm tuning into you tonight, Miss Sarah, I get the word you've got a mission. You've got a mission with your creative work. And and I say creative work. First, I was seeing kind of fine arts, but I'm not sure what type of creative work. Let me ask. It's either like creating jewelry or canvases. You're multi-creative, Sarah. And sometimes you get bored with doing one thing, then you do something else. But what I'm feeling when we go into the summer months, once Jupiter goes into Leo, I don't know if you know your chart. I'm afraid to say I do not know you. But once Jupiter starts shining in your chart, you're going to have the confidence to express, display, and be your own advocate for your creative gifts. We all have this self-reflective part of ourselves. When I use the word creativity, I don't want to limit it to what you might be making. I also want to say the way that you make people feel, because you have a great sense of humor and you nurture others. You might be even working in a helping profession, I'm not sure, but you're going to have the confidence to say, you know what, it's not me, because there's a lot of fear I'm getting of being egotistical. So I don't know if you know your chart, but look where Leo falls in your chart, gets activated in everyone's chart this upcoming year. But you're going to be feeling more confident that I want to contribute to the outer world and to my family, and you're going to be doing so with more grace and a lot more confidence. Number one. Number two, I don't know, there's a gentleman around you. I'm seeing someone kind of walking very gingerly, almost like shuffling his feet. It's an older gentleman. I'm not sure if he's in spirit or recently in spirit, or someone around you in your life now who is an important person in your life. I feel it's a fatherly figure, but I don't think it's your father. I think it might be an uncle or a grandfather who had some difficulty walking, but he had that kind of Parkinson type of walk. And I'm bringing him into your reading tonight because you made a big impact on him, because you always made him laugh. I think he might be in spirit. So I want to leave that with you tonight, Sarah. Just know that you have some fabulous gifts that you are going to be getting out into the world, and not for ego gratification, but because it makes the world a better place. So I'll leave that with many blessings to you, Sarah. All right, friends. And feel free to give me some feedback. All right. And with that, Sarah. All right. Thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. And please use the next 20 minutes to prepare for this beautiful new moon. And when I say prepare, just be by yourself for a moment, right? You might be watching a program or take a bathroom break, and just be open to God's grace and downloads from the universe, and present your concerns or the part of your life that you'd like to improve, and see what happens and unfolds in the next 2 weeks, because feedback comes on April 1st. Have a great week. Big hugs. Sarah gave me some feedback. Your father's still here, honey, right? He has Parkinson's. That's why I was seeing this father with that shuffle with the Parkinson's. But he was saying, people think this is weird. Sometimes you can communicate with someone who's not out of their body, but you just get the psychic feeling. So that makes sense. You're a big part of his life because you make him laugh and make him forget his challenge. Many love to you all, and thank you. Have a beautiful new moon, and look up at the sky. That's a great thing, Peggy. Thank you so much for being here. Many blessings. See you next week. Bye.